All right, guys, we're doing Love Reign O'er Me by The Who today. Take a listen. All right, guys. I'm Shawn of webpianoteacher.com. Welcome. This is where we gather together to learn, play, and share the music that we love, creating a culture of encouragement for all you guys out there who are trying to learn to play piano lessons online. You can do it if you pick the right lessons and you know how to practice. I'm going to help you with both of those. All right, so as we get into this part one here, all the parts are always on my website, but I'm going to give a free part one here. And we're going to talk about thumb under. All right, we always hear that term, especially if we took traditional piano lessons, how to get that thumb under when we're doing a scale or an arpeggio or a broken quarter, something, getting that thumb under. We're going to talk about how to do that physically, how to make that easier, because it's not really thumb under, okay? I'm going to help you with that. But if you are a member of the website, you can download the sheets for this. Remember that. They're HD sheets, and then you can view them and, zoom them out big like this on a screen so you can work on individual measures, and then you can zoom it back out so that you can work on large sections. It's a really neat way to practice. But let's get to the board. All right, so the thumb under part I was talking about is coming right here, and it's not really thumb under, okay? And that's part of the problem, is that we say thumb under, and that's causing us some physical problems when we try to do that technique. So we'll get there in a minute, but let's learn which buttons to push first, all right? So we have an E flat chord to start with, and here's middle C. Okay, so we're going to do G, B flat, and E flat with 1, 2, 5. Left hand on E flat, B flat, E flat, 5, 2, 1. So we're mostly black keys here. All right, whenever you're on the black keys, remember, play with your fingertips. Don't flatten out. Sometimes we flatten out because we feel like we flatten out, we will be less likely to miss, but that actually is counterproductive. Tips of the fingers. Okay, that'll make you play with curved fingers automatically. You say, how many counts? Well, there's not really counts that I can pick out. He holds it about 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. And then that's all shot when we get here, because you can't count from this one to this one. Just kind of by feel. F, A flat, D flat, 1, 2, 4 is what I'm going to use. You can use 1, 2, 5 again if you want. Left hand stays on the E flat, B flat, E flat. Isn't that a neat chord? Okay, so you play the first chord, about 4 counts, and then 1, 2, 3. And then right after you say 3, you go to this one, C, E flat, E flat, C, E flat, A flat, C, left hand on an A flat. All right, if you know anything about music, if you took music lessons or in band in school, you know what a fermata is, that little symbol. You're just holding it out for a while till you feel like it's done. Okay, it's just a long hold, and when you're done with it, you let go. All right, so 1, 2, 3. We hold that for a while. It's about 8 or 9 counts if we keep counting the same speed. And then we go to this. E flat minor. G flat, B flat, E flat, 1, 2, 5. Left hand, E flat, B flat, E flat. Yes, there are a lot of flats. That's the key it's in, though. Don't be afraid of playing in flats. It's just a matter of doing it, getting used to it. Okay, so you play that chord immediately. We have the thumb under thing we're going to talk about. Let's learn the notes, and then we'll talk about how to do it, the technique of it. So we play that chord, and we keep the pedal down as we do this. This all can mix together. It's fine to do that. A flat, D flat, A flat, and then E flat, A flat, E flat. So think of these in groups of 3. Here's the first group of 3. A flat, D flat, A flat. So we got that. You can feel that under your hand at once. Move to the next deal. We have E flat, A flat, E flat right here. That's the second thing. First thing, second thing, and then we just have an A flat up here, and then an E flat here. A flat there, there. All right, so it's 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here's the thumb under thing, which is not completely thumb under. A flat, D flat, A flat. When you do this, it's really a motion where we're doing this. Because if you think thumb under, you try to put your thumb under, and it just makes it harder. Because you think, I got to get my thumb under. But really what it is you're rotating your wrist this way. Sometimes we rotate our wrist this way for playing chords really fast, but we also need to be able to rotate it this way. And as we play that fifth finger, our whole hand is moving this way. So my hand is actually facing that way. See that? And then I'm there. So the thumb never really actually goes under. So that's that calling it that actually makes it harder for people to play, I think. You're moving this way, and then see it's this. Okay, and I'm doing it really slow so you can see. Even on the last one, I'm doing that because if I do this, then that middle finger is right there. It's close. It's like a pole vaulter going over the bar. A flat and then E flat here. So I'm moving this way. Do it slow motion. Okay, so you can work on that, and it should look very fluid and even, because the shortest distance between two notes on the piano is not a straight 9. You don't want to be a robot like a mechanic going. You don't want to do that. You want to be waves of motion. Use that wrist motion this way, but also this way. Even if I played it fast. Okay, so now let's put it all together. Here we go. 1, 2. Okay. An E flat minor. All right, and that motion, when you learn to do that, that's the same motion you use when you're doing a scale, is just rotating that wrist, okay? It's on a scale, it's on arpeggio, on broken chords as well a little bit. That motion you can start to use in everything you play, not just this song. That's a wonderful thing about music, is once you learn a technique on something, it applies to everything else automatically. So the more things you learn, the better you become as a whole. And this can be just one more piece that you have fun to play, but also makes you a better musician. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this part 1. See you on webpianoteacher.com.